Hi, welcome back. Let's go ahead and create a viewport so that we can plot our Geneva cam in a way that makes sense. This is an important thing to be able to do because the only way that we can really communicate with other people is a printed version of our drawing. So being able to do that is an important outcome of this course. So I wanted to make sure that you guys have all gotten to this point. Together we went through the front view drawing of this Geneva cam. And then I left you to do the side view and the dimensions. So get your drawing to this point. And we're starting on page 23 of chapter 8. And now, if you remember, we also, earlier in this chapter, we went onto our layout tab and we created this border and title block. And yours should look something like this. Again, I left you to do some work. I left you to get the text in. You can see I've gotten my text in. You should have gotten your text in as well. It will be part of the graded criteria for this chapter that you have done this for your drawings that you submit. So now we're starting on page 24 and we're going to go ahead and create a viewport. Now viewports let us control what is plotted and how it's plotted. So we're going to go up here to first, if there's anything in your drawing, erase it. You can erase it by clicking on an edge of the viewport and then clicking erase. We're going to go to view, and then we are going to go down here to viewports and then new viewport. We're going to do a single viewport, and then we're going to click OK. Now we're going to turn off O-snaps for a minute by clicking down here. And we are going to create a viewport just inside our green border. Just like that. And this doesn't have to be exact, just kind of eyeball it so that it's centered. When a few times I'm going to tell you it doesn't have to be exact. And you can see what happened. Our drawing was populated into that viewport. Now, we can do some work with it. Let's click here on the edge. And then we're going to go to the View tab. You can see it comes up. And we are going to click in Palettes. We're going to click on Properties. Now, before you did this, you should have set your layer to Viewport. If you may or may not have noticed, but if you're following along in the textbook, you can see that I am working on my Viewport layer. It's kind of important. Okay, so over here, we've now got our properties for our viewport came up. And we're going to scroll down under Miscellaneous, where it says Standard Scale. We're going to make sure that says Custom. And then we're going to scale it to something that makes a lot more sense than 0.6552. We're going to scale it to 0.50. That means that the drawing will be at half scale. So 1 inch on my drawing will be 2 inches in real life. It's important to have a identifiable scale that makes sense. So we can just change that, and it makes my drawing a little bit smaller. And now it is scaled. And we can close this out. And scaling is important because it means that if I can accurately measure my drawing, then I can check that measurement in real life. So now we're going to turn off viewport borders. By going to the layer control box. And And we're going to make the viewport invisible, but we better switch over to a different layer first. Okay. Let me see here. Turn off my construction layer. I want to turn off my viewport. There we go. So now my viewport, that box that I drew, those borders are not visible anymore. And we are going to talk about how to make your dimensions look kind of how you would like them to be. So we're going to go to the annotation toolbar, which I've got right up here. This is my annotation toolbar. This is one of those floating toolbars you may have someplace else. You may have to turn it on. There are other ways to get to it. But what we want to do is we want to look at the dimension style. And I'm going to click here. And we're going to leave it as standard, but we're going to modify it a little bit. And we are going to go to Fit. And what you want to do is change this to Scale Dimensions to Layout. What this does is it makes your dimensions look better, look more appropriately sized. And we want to go to our primary units. And your textbook suggests that you suppress your leading zeros. Now, this is a matter of preference. I tend to leave my leading zeros on, but technically we should take the leading zeros off. That is the standard. And then we'll say OK. And then close. And you can see my dimensions have adjusted in size just a little bit. And now we should update our dimensions to make sure that they truly are updated. And that's this little guy right here. And they're good. Now let's look at one of these radius dimensions, this one. We're going to pick it. What I want to do is pick that radius dimension. This one, that's what I want right there. Okay. Let's pick this guy. And let's update him. He didn't do anything. Okay. So all of my dimensions are updated. And now we can plot. So let's go up here to my printer, standard printer icon. We're going to plot him. Maybe. We'll see if my computer behaves itself. It's been a little finicky today. Yes. So what you will have in here is some printer. Now, I don't want you to turn in hard copies to me, but I want to make sure that you know how to plot, how to print. So what I want you to do when you do this for your homework is I want you to do drawing to PDF. And then I want you to submit your PDF plot to me in the Dropbox, in addition to your electronic drawing. So you're going to turn in two things. For this chapter, you're going to turn in your electronic drawing, and you're going to turn in PDF of that drawing. So once you've chosen the DWG to PDF, set your size to letter or ANSI A. It is the same thing. All right. It's convenient. So ANSI, remember, is one of the standard designations, and you'll hear people talk about A, B, C, and D drawings. A is letter, B is 11 by 17. C is 17 by 22. D is 34 by 22, and E is the biggest standard drawing, and that's 34 by 44. We're going to just work with letter. Okay? And say OK. You can also preview, so let's see what this is going to look like. And it cut my drawing off. So let's see why. To print, layout, letter, should work one-to-one, and go ahead and hit OK. Save this PDF, and you will have a printout. Make sure when you save it that you save it something that makes a little sense so you can find it later. And just click Save. Navigate to where you save that PDF, and you will be able to look at it. And there it is. All right. Good luck. Take the quiz, do the assignment, and I'll see you all again soon.